The doll factory, a history shrouded in shadow. The old factory stood on the edge of town, a looming silhouette against the dying light. This was the abandoned Paragon Toy Factory, a place where childhood dreams were once made flesh, now a graveyard of forgotten playthings. Built in 1928, the factory thrived during a simpler time, churning out dolls by the thousands. Families across the nation cherished these dolls, unaware of the darkness that seemed to permeate the very walls where they were created. The Great Depression cast a long shadow, and demand dwindled. The factory doors closed in 1939, leaving behind whispers of something sinister lurking within the shadows of the silent assembly lines. Locals spoke of the factory with a mixture of fear and fascination. Stories circulated in hushed tones, tales of strange noises emanating from the building at night, disembodied laughter, the chilling cries of children, and the unsettling sensation of being watched. Some whispered of a fire, a tragedy that claimed the lives of several workers, their souls forever entwined with the fate of the factory. Whatever the truth, the Paragon Toy Factory became a place best avoided, a haunted monument to a forgotten era. Whispers in the darkness. Unexplained phenomena. The passage of years did little to diminish the eerie reputation of the Paragon Toy Factory. Those brave enough to venture near its crumbling walls reported a range of unexplained phenomena. Cold spots, sudden drops in temperature that defied logical explanation were commonplace. Electrical devices malfunctioned, batteries drained in an instant, as if some unseen entity toyed with the very fabric of reality. EVP recordings revealed chilling whispers, disembodied voices that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. Children's laughter, a woman's mournful cries, and the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoing through the empty halls. Shadowy figures, fleeting glimpses of movement caught in the periphery, were reported by numerous witnesses. Some described seeing the spectral forms of children, their eyes hollow, their expressions vacant, as they darted amongst the rusted machinery. Others spoke of a malevolent presence, a darkness that seemed to emanate from the depths of the factory, watching their every move. Haunted dolls, vessels of unrest. The dolls, those once innocent symbols of childhood, held a particularly unsettling air within the walls of the Paragon Toy Factory. Scattered throughout the factory floor, amidst the debris and decay, lay hundreds, perhaps thousands, of discarded dolls. Their porcelain faces, once bright and cheerful, were now cracked and stained, their painted eyes staring blankly into the abyss. Visitors claimed to feel an overwhelming sense of dread when near them, as if they were being watched, judged by the vacant stares of these forgotten toys. Stories spread of the dolls moving on their own, their heads turning to follow unsuspecting onlookers. Some even whispered of dolls whispering back, their tiny voices filled with a malice that belied their innocent appearance. These tales, whether rooted in truth or fueled by fear, solidified the Paragon Toy Factory's reputation as a place where the line between reality and nightmare blurred. The dolls that watched, tales from former employees. The few remaining former employees of the Paragon Toy Factory were reluctant to speak of their time there. Those who did agree to share their stories spoke of an oppressive atmosphere, a feeling that something was always watching them. One former worker, a kindly old woman named Eleanor, recalled her time in the painting room where the dolls' faces were brought to life. She described an overwhelming feeling of dread that would wash over her whenever she entered the room, as if the very air was thick with unseen eyes. She spoke of seeing shadows move out of the corner of her eye, of hearing whispers in the stillness of the factory after everyone else had gone home. Another former employee, a man named Thomas, worked in the shipping department. He described seeing the ghostly figure of a young girl, her dress stained with what appeared to be blood, wandering the factory floor late at night. Deep within the bowels of the factory lay a room that chilled the blood of even the most hardened skeptic. Known as the toy graveyard, this was where damaged or defective dolls were discarded, their tiny limbs twisted at unnatural angles, their porcelain faces cracked and broken. The air in the toy graveyard was thick with dust and decay, the oppressive silence broken only by the soft creaking of the floorboards beneath one's feet. Dolls lay in various states of disrepair, their vacant eyes staring up from the darkness. Some were piled high in a corner, their limbs entangled in a macabre embrace. Those who dared to enter the toy graveyard spoke of an overwhelming feeling of sadness, a palpable sense of loss that permeated the very air. It was as if the spirits of the discarded dolls, their dreams of bringing joy to children dashed, lingered in this forgotten corner of the factory. Section 6. Residual Hauntings, Echoes of a Troubled Past. The paranormal activity at the Paragon Toy Factory wasn't limited to full-bodied apparitions or disembodied voices. Many of the reported occurrences pointed towards what is known as residual haunting, imprints of past events etched into the very fabric of a location. The rhythmic clatter of machinery, long since silenced, could be heard emanating from the factory floor, a phantom symphony of industry long gone. The scent of paint and sawdust, the unmistakable aroma of toy production would waft through the air, momentarily transporting visitors back to the factory's heyday. These sensory experiences, though fleeting, served as chilling reminders of the factory's past, a time when these halls teemed with life. The Paragon Toy Factory, with its history of hardship, accidents, and ultimately closure, would have been a breeding ground for such residual energy, the echoes of its troubled past, forever imprinted within its walls. Section 7. Seeking Answers, Paranormal Investigations. The chilling tales and persistent rumors surrounding the Paragon Toy Factory haven't gone unnoticed. Over the years, numerous paranormal investigators, drawn to the factory's dark allure, have attempted to pierce the veil of mystery and uncover the truth behind the whispers. Armed with EMF readers, EVP recorders, and a healthy dose of skepticism, these intrepid souls ventured into the unknown, seeking answers to the factory's haunting, Some investigations yielded compelling evidence, unexplained temperature fluctuations, EVP recordings of disembodied voices, and even photographic anomalies that defied logical explanation. Despite the lack of definitive proof, the legend of the Paragon Toy Factory continued to grow, fueled by a potent mix of fear, fascination, and the undeniable allure of the unknown. One particularly intriguing investigation involved a renowned psychic medium who claimed to make contact with the spirit of a young girl named Abigail. Abigail, according to the medium, was the daughter of one of the factory workers who had tragically died in a fire within the factory walls. Section 8. The Unresolved, a Chilling Legacy. Despite the numerous investigations and attempts to rationalize the unexplained, the Paragon Toy Factory remains an enigma, a place where logic collides with the paranormal. The stories, the whispers, and the chilling evidence gathered over the years paint a picture of a location steeped in tragedy, its history forever intertwined with the spirits that seem to linger within its walls. Whether these spirits are the restless souls of former workers, trapped in an endless loop of their final moments, or something altogether more malevolent, remains a mystery. The Paragon Toy Factory stands as a stark reminder that some mysteries are not meant to be solved, that some places hold a darkness that defies explanation. The factory's legacy extends beyond its crumbling walls, seeping into the very fabric of the town itself. Section 9. Conclusion: Forever Haunted. The Paragon Toy Factory will forever be shrouded in an eerie silence, its rusted machinery standing as silent witnesses to a time long gone. The dolls, those once innocent playthings, now serve as chilling reminders of the darkness that permeates the factory walls, their vacant eyes staring out into the abyss, forever watching, forever waiting. It is a place where the veil between our world and the next seems to thin, where the echoes of the past mingle with the present, creating an unsettling tapestry of fear and fascination. The Paragon Toy Factory, a place where childhood dreams turn to dust, will forever be a haunting reminder that some places are best left undisturbed, their secrets locked away within their crumbling walls.